Remember this awkward moment?
Do you believe President Trump should be speaking, or former President Trump should be speaking at CPAC this weekend?
Yes, he should.
Just one question, but two very different answers.
That's up to CPAC. I've been clear in my views. The extent to which fell on January 6th, I don't believe that he should be playing a role in the future of the party.
A peek behind the curtain at the growing divide in the Republican Party.
On that high note, thank you all very much.
Do you miss me yet?
And it happened just days before former President Donald Trump delivered this address, his first since leaving office.
We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before. I am not starting a new party.
While teasing a potential 2024 run, Trump talked about unifying the Republican Party. But it appeared he meant around him, as he called out GOP members of Congress who voted to impeach him.
Fred Upton, Jamie Herrera Butler, Peter Myers,
And telling supporters,
get rid of them all.
Trump wants to position the GOP as the party of Trump, and state parties are hitching their wagon. In Michigan alone, a number of county-level parties have censured Republicans like Peter Meyer and Fred Upton. And the state party is now being led by one of Trump's most vocal supporters.
Hi, friends. My name is Michonne Maddock. I'm co-chair of the Michigan Republican Party.
Michonne Maddock rode her position as a board member of Women for Trump to the top of Michigan Republican politics.
She is the most powerful person in Michigan politics, and she's a downright kook.
Jeff Timmer is the former executive director of the Michigan GOP and senior advisor to the anti-Trump Lincoln Project.
She, in 2016, was one of the early true believer disciples of Trump, had never been involved in the Republican Party before Donald Trump ran for office.
Ahead of her being named Michigan GOP co-chair, Maddock pushed false claims about voter fraud and even organized buses of Trump supporters to head down to Washington, D.C. for the January 6th Stop the Steal rally, which of course ended like this. Maddock publicly disavowed the violence but spoke to that crowd just days before. Now she's speaking for the Michigan Republican Party, a party that remains just as much Trump first as when he was still in office.
You have a very Trump-supportive administration at the Michigan Republican Party and in the Michigan House and Michigan Senate. You have a majority of those caucuses and the leaders who have closely aligned themselves with Donald Trump. And so I don't think there's any move away from Trump in the Michigan Republican Party.
That is concerning for some of the conservative champions in the state.
I believe he's not good for the party.
Tony Daunt is the executive director of the Michigan Freedom Fund, a conservative advocacy organization with ties to the DeVos family. Daunt, who supported Trump in the November election, says that all changed in the days that followed.
Not only President Trump, but too many folks in leadership positions across the Republican Party here in Michigan and elsewhere simply refuse to stand up and speak the truth and say it's disappointing that the president lost. The fact of the matter was the election was conducted in a fair manner.
But the big lie saying otherwise has permeated the Republican Party base.
It has created a real problem for the party moving forward, but one that I hope can be addressed with honesty from leaders.
And if that doesn't happen, Daunt says the evidence shows Republicans will lose elections.
I don't want to see folks in our party, in the Republican Party, look at this next couple of years as a purity test. That if you are not 100% pro-Trump, or if you at one point said, a negative word about him or something he did or the way he acted, that there's a band of folks coming after you. I think that's destructive and unproductive. And again, looking at the results of the last few years in terms of elections, I think the evidence bears out that that's not what people are looking for.
With midterm elections just around the corner, he's hopeful there could be actual GOP unity if party leaders like Michonne Maddock focus their energy on things other than Trump.
That hard work, that work ethic is put towards useful ends of helping elect Republicans of all stripes across the state.
But until then, a big lie has left a big division in Michigan's grand old party.
I may even decide to beat them for a third time, okay?
For Fox 17 News, I'm Aaron Parsegian.